Welcome back in to the Mark Childress Show. There's some incredibly good Clemson-related content out there that you might be missing out on, and part of my job, I feel like I need to introduce you to that. One of my favorites right now is Morgan Thomas. He's got the Morgan Thomas Show every week on Facebook. Morgan, thanks for making a few minutes for me this morning, jumping on air. I appreciate it.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
So, Morgan, I want to talk to you a little bit about Clemson basketball before we jump into some of the football stuff. What are your thoughts on what I think is a very intriguing NIT matchup between Clemson and Wichita State tomorrow? Wichita State's got all kinds of size.
Oh, yeah. Clemson is going to play number 6 Wichita State, 2 p.m. Sunday, so make sure to tune in. The thing that a lot of people don't know about Wichita State is they've won the 7 of their last 8 games. And the only loss in that time period was to the number 7 seed Cincinnati, and they only lost by 3. So it's going to be a difficult game for Clemson. They're going to have to play good defense, and they're going to have to make sure that obviously Marquise Reed shows up as he always does. He's been you can count on him for 20 points, no problem, almost every game. But they got to have Elijah Thomas on the court. He can't get into foul trouble early. He's got to make sure that he is there to guard one of their best players, Marquise McDuffie, because Marquise, if you've seen any of his film, he loves to sneak in and get those offensive rebounds. And so Thomas is going to have that job of stopping him from doing that.
Yeah, and they've got a 7-footer that comes off the bench as well. So that's going to be I think you're right on it on that. It's going to be a really intriguing matchup in the middle tomorrow at 2 when they do that. Hanging out with Morgan Thomas from the Morgan Thomas Show that he does every week on Facebook. Hey, Morgan, what's been jumping out to you in spring practice? I know we're talking about the new receivers coming in, but Darion Kendrick is kind of doing some different things that were unexpected this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm really excited because Darion Kendrick, he's a 5-star recruit from South Carolina, the number 1 recruit out of South Carolina the year that he was came to Clemson. And the biggest news actually from Larry Williams, who was just on the show, he said that they're trying him out this month at cornerback. And I posted on my Facebook page, a lot of fans came back and said, oh, no, what's happened? We got all these great players that are in the secondary. What happened to them all? Well, Kyler McMichael, Mario Goodrich, and Lee Anthony Williams, they're all returning, but they've all been injured this spring. And so really that leaves A.J. Terrell and early enrollee Sheridan Jones to fill, the secondary in the cornerback position. And so Dabo, he's been known to play players around, across different sides of the field. These guys, these top elite guys, they're used to playing both sides of the field. When they were in high school, a lot of times at the skill position of wide receiver, they play quarterback as well. So it's nothing new to Kendrick, I'm sure. But odds are, hints are coming out of the camp that this might be something more than just a one-time thing. This might be something more than like a Ray McLeod, doing it just in an emergency situation. He's really good. He wants to play on any part of the field he can. And I kind of, when I was a kid, I loved Deion Sanders. Deion could do punt returns. He could do kick returns. He could play defensive back. And I remember as a kid in the 90s, they moved him over to wide receiver, I think in a playoff game. And I was so amazed by that. And then, being a Braves fan, he could even play center field for the Braves. So I don't know if Deion can play baseball, but it'd be cool to see him out there on the diamond, too. Maybe put him in center field for a game or two, see what he can do. But he's just that type of player, and I think it's great for the 5-star recruits that might be watching some of the spring practices. A lot of them are coming to their official visits.
Yep.
I think it's an amazing testament for Dabo to say, hey, if you got the talent, we're going to put you on the field no matter how old you are or what your original position was. We're going to get you on the field so you can make some plays.
Love it. So, Morgan, this is Morgan Thomas from the Morgan Thomas Show on Facebook. Morgan, how can people find your show so that they can check it out this week?
Well, I've got it on Facebook Live every Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We talk about college football and college basketball, and specifically, a lean on the team from God's country, the 3-time national champion Clemson Tigers. I'm so amazing to say that. I love to say that. But, yeah, you can go on Facebook at The Morgan Thomas Show and just search The Morgan Thomas Show on Facebook, and you'll be able to find it. Give me a like and a share. Obviously, engagement is what we love, to get in the news feeds and share the news about Clemson. If you have friends that like to talk about the Tigers or college football in general, I welcome them to the show. and I also have live replays on the YouTube page as well. Just search, again, The Morgan Thomas Show.
Great stuff. He's on the come up. His name is Morgan Thomas. Check out the Morgan Thomas Show every week on Facebook on Wednesday nights. Thanks so much for jumping on board, Morgan.